We're going to be explaining what can actually cause frozen shoulder for you, and we're also going to give you an exercise to help improve this action now. And frozen shoulder is something that I know a lot of people have, and it's of course very painful. It limits the range of motion, and we're going to share what's actually causing that, how to address that, and then, as I mentioned, an exercise that you can start implementing today.
So just to begin with, understanding the mechanics of why frozen shoulder happens. Now, when we address the fascia system in block therapy, we address the body from head to toe, because even the calves and the feet are going to be impacting what's going on in the rib cage, but just from the perspective of what's happening right here. So we're dominant on one side of the body. And let's say you're right-handed. The majority of people are right-handed. What happens from overusing one side is the rib cage tends to collapse on the opposite side. So you can notice Quinn here. Look at what's happening to his alignment. As soon as we start collapsing, it causes the arm on the opposite side to go into internal rotation. Now from that place, take your arm through a range of motion and see what happens.
That's literally like me hitting the walls here. Like I can't go any higher than that.
And so the shoulder joint is a ball and socket joint, which is designed to give us this amazing full range of motion. But when we are locked in this internal rotation, we don't have that ability to do that. So we want to give you an exercise that you can do to gain an understanding. It's not necessarily in this moment going to get rid of your frozen shoulder, because again, this is a process, but an understanding of what we need to do and how you can start making positive gains right away. So I'm just going to give you this to hang on to. This is our little block baby. You can grab a can, even your phone, just something to hold. And now anatomical position is also your palms facing forward. So as soon as we start collapsing and that arm internally rotates, it causes the back of the hand to face forward. And you're actually going to see most people walking around with the backs of their palms in front of them. This is actually how we should be aligned to have everything in correct alignment. So I'm just going to come up over here. So if you have pain on your right side, we want you working in this manner. If you have pain on the left side, go on the other side, and this is going to be really helpful for you. So simply grabbing something and then turning your palm forward, that in itself is going to make a difference. Now lean over, because that's going to help to compress the ribs on the opposite side. So that compression alone is going to create a little bit of heat and activation, but it's also going to create more room so that the shoulder blade can track better on the ribs here. Yes.
And just a side note, make sure that you're breathing through this entire exercise and process, activating the diaphragm, so we're not restricting or holding the breath.
And if you think about it, when we breathe with the diaphragm, it's like turning on the internal furnace. And this is a frozen shoulder, so it's all about heat, because we want to melt what's happening here. So from here, let's slowly, with the exhale, draw the arm back as far as you can. Whatever that is for you, even if it's only a few centimeters to begin with, it doesn't matter. Go to that end range and let's hold for 3 full slow exhalations. And then after that third breath, let's take the arm out to the side as far as you can. And we're not forcing. We want to go to that edge where we feel that pain, so that we can melt through that edge and then get to another edge. So we'll stay there for 3 full exhalations. So by drawing that arm back and taking that arm out to the side as we take the ribs over to the other direction, we're creating more space, we're sending more heat and oxygen to help this melt.
And one more side note here. When you're pulling your shoulder back, try not to collapse the shoulder forward like this. Try to keep it pulled back in this direction, so that you won't be able to bring the arm as far back, but that shoulder joint alignment is very important if you can do that. If you're literally frozen in that incorrect alignment, that's why this is, of course, still a process. So even that alone, I think that's going to be a massive benefit for you.
It will. And the thing is, when we do exercises that are repetitive and there's movement, concentric contractions, for example, we get zeroed in our groove. We want to create more space so we don't constantly go in the same direction. So when you're doing isometrics, combining the breath with the holding, you're creating more space. So now you can choose where you want to take that arm instead of having it only going in the groove that you always go through.
Exactly.
So that's going to help unfreeze that joint. So it is an understanding overall, and frozen shoulder can be extremely debilitating, and it can take a while because even my left outer calf, if I'm getting pulled into this system, my left outer calf and foot are going to be also drivers acting like flat tires holding me. So it is a whole body program for a reason, but give this one a try and see if you can gain some range in your range of motion.
In the shoulder.
Yeah.
Range of motion in the range of motion within the shoulder joint. Awesome. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know if this is helping you at all, and if you have any questions, leave them below, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we keep uploading videos like this. So again, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next video.